Hi, and welcome to another edition of Northeast Current. I'm your host, Tony Schwartz, and we've got a lot to talk about today in regards to summer activities. I'm sitting here today with Keith Williams. Keith, I don't want to mess up your title, so first of all, tell us again your name and where you're from.
Okay, name is Keith Williams. I work for the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau, and I manage the Lake Wallenpaupack Visitor Center.
Okay, over on Lake Wallenpaupack in the Hawley, Tafton area, right?
That's correct.
But that's only the northern end of the lake. The lake is
13 miles long,
13 miles?
2 miles of shoreline. It's the largest lake in northeastern Pennsylvania.
A lot of lake with a lot of things happening on it all summer long, all year long, really. I think we've talked about the golf tournament they play on the ice in February some years when it's frozen, but that's a long way off. Let's stick with August. Tell us a little bit about the festival coming up. First of all, who came up with this name?
Well, actually, the idea, we were bouncing around about 4 years ago. There really wasn't a major festival on Lake Wallenpaupack. As you said, it was a very busy lake, a lot of things to do, but we saw kind of a slowdown at the end of August, right before the Labor Day weekend. And we said, what could we do to take the kind of slowest weekend in the summer and build it up?
Mm-hmm.
So we came up with this idea of having a festival. It was a few of us. Actually, I think the name may have come from Debbie Gillette. We were throwing out different names, and we thought, Wallenpaupack for many people is a very difficult name to say.
Oh, yeah.
And so we thought Wally Lake Fest was kind of catchy, and we threw it out there. And there is a nature trail that goes between the Tafton Dike and the dam. It's about 1.5 miles long. And we thought, what would it be like if we had events going along that trail?
Mm-hmm.
People can walk to them and take advantage of a lot of free activities. And the goal was to make as many things as possible free. And the way we could do that is the support of the businesses, either providing free rentals or doing different things to make it free for the public.
Okay, so this is your fourth year now, or your fifth year?
Fourth year.
Fourth year.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to mention again later on, but what are the dates?
It's August 23rd, 24th, and 25th.
So 3 days, right?
Yes.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you mentioned some of the business supporting, but we're not only talking financially, right?
Right.
Actually, equipment-wise and stuff. What's some of the things that are going on, especially where the businesses have helped out?
Well, to give you an idea, we're having free sailboat rides at Lighthouse Harbor Marina.
Okay.
That's actually handled by the Paupack Sailing Club.
Okay.
They volunteer their sailboats, and people go out for a 1-hour sail. Unfortunately, we're fully booked on that, but it's been very popular year after year. We'll get a couple hundred people that'll do that. Things that are still available, we have free kayaking, canoeing, and stand-up paddle boards. People may have started to see or hear about stand-up paddle boards.
Yeah.
Northeast Wilderness Experience is providing that, once again, free of charge. People can come down, they sign a waiver, put on a life jacket, and get to test out some of these things right at the Palmyra Beach, which is the only beach up in the north section of Lake Wallenpaupack.
The public beach area.
The public beach area, yes.
Okay. And music.
We have music. One Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday, many of the restaurants and pubs are going to have live music. But we created a couple years ago Battle of the Bands. And that this year we'll have 3 separate bands, contemporary rock, a Bob Marley tribute band, and country band. That'll be playing on Saturday from 11:30 till about 7 p.m. It'll be on a floating stage.
I was going to say, it's the Battle of the Floating Bands, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Battle of the Floating Bands. Last year we had a couple hundred boats rafting out by the stage. People can hear it from the shoreline. So we decided to enhance that experience. Northeast Wilderness is going to be renting tubes, so people who don't have a boat can rent a tube and float out by the stage. The dike, people can sit along the dike and listen. We'll also have a large tent by the beach with chairs, so people can sit, listen to the music. So there's going to be a lot of options to go and hang out and hear great music, and it's a free concert, no cost.
Free. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
How about parking? We're talking about all these people coming in.
Yep.
Where's some good parking tips
we
here?
We had thousands of folks come last year, and we have lots of parking area at the high school, at the middle school, and one thing that we developed this year, we're having a free shuttle bus system. We'll have shuttles going to 5 different locations where there's parking, which is free, and every 5-10 minutes a shuttle will be coming by. So we want folks to come, park their car once, use the shuttle system, or take the trail to walk, and get to the different venues. For instance, at one end, PPL is offering their tours of the dam and power station,
Okay.
so people can certainly start and park there. That's going to be offered on Saturday and Sunday. And then from that point, they can take the shuttle system to maybe go to the high school where there's a boat show and vendors. There's going to be food vendors and showing boats, ATVs, all that type of activity. Take the shuttle a little bit further to the visitor center. We'll have an open market fair, which is sponsored by the Pocono Lake Region Chamber. There'll be some artisans, some real specialty items that will be shown there. And that's also where the beach will have the music and the kayaking and that. And then you take one more shuttle stop up to the Gresham's Landing, and it's kind of what we call our kids zone. Basically, the Hawley Library will have authors, child author there. There'll be a couple of sports cars from NASCAR. We'll have a bounce house, balloons. Once again, everything free. So, you know, from kids to grandma can come and experience a lot of things that will cost them nothing. And then, with all that activity going on, later that evening on Saturday, we want people to kind of transition down into Hawley, which is only a couple miles away. And we have a car show down at the Dime Bank. We have free ice cream. Coots is providing free ice cream, 300 cups of free ice cream. We'll have the Wallenpaupack High School Band playing for about an hour. And at Penny Lane Candies, they'll have a bike show and music as well. And then the Ritz Theater will be having a performance that night. And they also have performance Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday. So it's really trying to show off the area with the lake and also downtown Hawley. And one of the reasons for that is this is presented by the Downtown Hawley Partnership.
Okay.
And they realize that obviously the lake is a major tourism draw, but you know, once the sun goes down and everything else, you want to hit the pubs and the restaurants and downtown Hawley.
And I was looking through the brochure earlier. There's some other attractions. They're around the lake, but not necessarily on the water, that are
Correct.
also a part of this that you wouldn't want to forget, like the new the ice museum.
Exactly. The Ice Museum will be doing demonstrations with your paid admission. You get a free snow cone, but that's a terrific new attraction to the area.
Ice carving, right?
Ice carving. There'll be ice carving demonstrations, so you'll be able to see and learn how ice was harvested from the lakes in the Pocono Mountain region back in the day, you know, to
Before
cool
refrigeration.
Exactly. And then you'll be able to transition and see how the modern ice is made, that crystal clear ice that they use for weddings and birthday celebrations and all that, and how it's carved and put together. So it's really a must-see, and it's also a way to cool down. We have no idea what the weather will be, but
Yeah, right.
you know, you can literally go and cool down. Along that same stretch, we have the Lakeville Fire Companies doing a chicken barbecue, so you can stop and get some food there if you'd like. Lackawanna Sanctuary, which is further down, the kind of more the southern end of the lake. They're doing tours of Lackawanna Sanctuary and the lodge that's located there. So there's a lot of different things in and around. From the high school, the Lake Wallenpaupack Watershed Management District, as a fundraiser, is doing a 41-mile motorcycle ride around the lake.
I saw that. Now, see, we ride motorcycles, my wife and I, and we thought about that last year, and maybe this year we'll get involved in that. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. That's going to be on Saturday. We'll start at the high school, with the Wallenpaupack High School, which is at the north end of the lake, at about 10 a.m. And then you'll head out as a group. We had a little over 60 motorcycles last year. We're hoping for close to 100 this year.
Right.
And we extended it this year. It was a 29-mile ride last year, and we decided to add a few more and make it 41 miles. And we'll be heading, you'll make a right-hand turn out of the parking lot down 6, 507, out to 191, and then work your way back up 590. So you'll get to see sections of the lake from the road, and then just country views. And it's a really nice ride. And they'll come back to the high school. Within the registration, now there is a fee for that. You'll get a t-shirt and you'll get a food voucher. And you can then use that voucher to get the food at the boat show at the high school. So you'll end up usually just a little bit before noon time. And we still have space left, so if you ride motorcycles and want to help support the lake, come on down and join
I
us.
might have to do that. Earhart's is having a luau on Friday, I heard.
Yep.
I heard my buddy Rob the bartender is wearing a grass skirt and a coconut bra. That alone is worth checking out the luau Friday night.
I'm definitely going to be there. Yep. We have some of those themed shows going on at a couple of the pubs, like the luau, which will be from 4 to 6 on Friday. And then we have Settlers Inn's going to be doing jazz on the back deck with a barbecue. And that's going to go on from 5 to 9 p.m. And that's kind of, and a couple bars will also have some other live music. And that's kind of the kickoff that Friday night. And once again, the show at the Ritz Friday night, if you want to take that in.
Okay, is there a website?
Yes, there is. It's wallylakefest.com.
Okay, that's easy
It's
enough.
also Facebook, wallylakefest.com. We've been posting things on that, giving people reminders of, there is over 50 different events and activities. And
Okay.
like I said, the vast majority of them are free. Sawmill Cycles, right across from the IGA, will be having a vintage bicycle show on Saturday. And then on Sunday, they're doing a tour to towpath. Now, this is for bicycles. And they'll leave from that location and they'll go along the towpath, which
Right.
is the road along the Lackawaxen River.
Mm-hmm.
Roughly 16 miles down the Lackawaxen. You can either pay $10 for a shuttle to get you back, or you can do the round trip, 32 miles. If you don't have a bicycle and want to do it, you can also rent bicycles from Sawmill Cycles. So if you go to the website or Facebook, you'll be able to get their information. We have brochures at the visitor center and most of the businesses that really lay out. There's maps inside that lay out where things are going, where the shuttle stops are, where the parking's located. So we've learned over
Sure.
the years, kind of fine tune everything.
And if all that information, places where they can get information we just gave them, isn't giving them the answer to their question, is there a phone number they can call?
They can call the visitor center anytime at 570-226-2141. Now I say anytime because there's an answer machine, so
I was
we'll
going to
call,
say, is there
we'll
somebody
call
there at
back,
3 in the morning?
But we're open. We are open every day from 10 till 6.
Okay.
Every day, and but we will return calls if people need some more detailed information.
Okay, tell them the number one more time.
570-226-2141.
Website one more time.
WallyLakeFest.com.
And those dates one more time.
August 23rd, 24th, and 25th.
Okay, you heard them. August 23rd, 24th, and 25th, Wally Lake Fest. I'm going to be there. I know Keith is going to be there, and we think you should be there too. Lots of fun and activities going on in Lake Wallenpaupack, one or all 3 of those days. Come and check it out. Don't leave, though. We've got more of Northeast Current for you right after these messages.